Reese Musician here. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about why I, as a bass player, purchased a Line 6 Helix LT. Now there are 5 main reasons. Reason 1, it's an all-in-one solution. The possibilities are literally endless. You can use the Helix as your entire rig, running straight into front of house, or you can use the Helix as a stump box style pedal board, running through your amp. Not only can you control the Helix from the controls on the board, you can also control the Helix via HX Edit and tweak your presets from within the application. Some people prefer to use the controls on the board itself, others prefer to use the software. Regardless, this is a great option to have. Reason 2. Now if you're like me, you might be a bass player, but you might also own an electric guitar. The beauty of the Helix is that it can be used not only with bass, but with guitar. You might even play in multiple bands. You can have separate set lists of presets for each band you're in. You could have one set list for your electro pop band. You could have another set list for your heavy metal band. Reason 3. Ease of use. The Helix is so easy to use. It took me around half an hour to an hour of sitting down with the Helix to get used to navigating through the menus and beginning to build presets. Half an hour to an hour isn't really a massive chunk of time for something that's going to serve you well for years to come. Reason 4. The amp and cab simulations on this modeler are next level. I cannot stress this enough. They are so authentic sounding and you can tweak them exactly how you want to. You even have the option to choose which microphone you want to place and the distance you want to place it. This essentially means you can take a selection of different amps anywhere you go in this one board, whether that be for live sessions, gigs, or recording studios. Not only do we have the amp and cab sims, there are also a bunch of different effects. In the same way that amp and cab sims are authentic sounding, so are the effects. The Helix caters for amp and cab sims and effects for both bass and guitar. This is what makes it so diverse. They even have legacy effects. Those of you that know. And if you don't know, Google it. I'm going to take you on to reason number 5. Now, as much as I loved my old traditional stomp box pedal board, this is potentially what swayed me towards the multi-effects all-in-one unit. Cables. More specifically, patch cables and power supply cables. Has anybody ever looked at the underside of their pedal board and thought, what a mess? Well, with the Helix, that problem is no more. Of course, there are all different ways in which you can run the Helix, some of which requires more cables than others, but believe me, it still doesn't end up in a massive tangle like you normally have with a traditional stomp box pedal board. Now, I'm not saying that a Helix is better than a traditional stomp box pedal board, and neither am I saying that a traditional stomp box pedal board is better than a Helix. But I do think the Helix is a very good option if you're looking to maybe downsize your rig, or if you're looking to just have an all-in-one solution that you can use for practically anything. In the music world, of course. You know, you can't take the Helix skateboarding or surfing, you know. You could try, but I wouldn't recommend it. I tried, and it didn't go well. I do have a bonus reason as to why I chose to downsize and make the move over to a multi-effects all-in-one unit, such as the Line 6 Helix. The bonus reason is, Line 6 provide regular updates to the Helix. This means the potential of new amp and cab sims, new effects, and in general, new ways you can use this absolute beast of a unit. The reasons I've given are just some of the main reasons as to why I chose to downsize to a Helix. Obviously, what might suit me might not suit you. But if you're looking to make a change, the Helix is certainly something I'd recommend you consider. So that just about wraps up this video. If you have any questions about what I've spoken to you about today, remember to drop a comment below. If you enjoyed what you saw on the video today, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Cheers for watching, and if you would be so kind, please help me out with this mess.